If we were to collectively imagine for a moment that today was a day in the month of May in the year 2024, and if we were all assembled here within the chambers of this esteemed parliament at that time, and if this particular legislative bill had been formally introduced for our consideration, I am firmly convinced that there is not a single person currently sitting in this room who would have dared to stand up and voice even the slightest bit of opposition or disagreement against its swift and necessary implementation into law. During any given month of 2024 prior to July, be it in January, February or March, if this specific bill, which is the 2009 National Human Rights Commission Ordinance, had been formally presented and laid before this House during that dark and oppressive fascist era, the reaction of those present would surely have been quite remarkably different than it is today. However, as we stand here today, we must acknowledge that the times have fundamentally changed, the very season has shifted, the occupancy of these seats has been altered, and our overall political direction has taken a new course entirely. As a unified nation moving forward, our collective actions and our words spoken here are being meticulously recorded in the eternal annals of history for future generations to reflect upon, and this remains a truly significant and historic moment for all of us, Mr. Speaker. When we look closely at this particular piece of legislation, it becomes clear that it is not just limited in its scope to matters concerning the National Human Rights Commission alone. Rather, we must understand that it is also intricately connected to and inextricably linked with two other significant ordinances that carry a great deal of weight and legal importance within our framework. By allowing the 2009 National Human Rights Commission Act to unfortunately lapse and fade away, the other two associated ordinances have effectively been stripped of their practical power and made purely ornamental in nature. It seems that unfortunately no real lessons are ever truly learned from the failures of history, even as we witness the same patterns repeating themselves before our eyes. Standing here today in this parliament, let these words remain forever as a historical document, regardless of whether this bill officially passes this year or next, or even if it is pushed through solely by the sheer weight of a political majority in this legislative chamber.